I'm Laurie Risch. I'm the Executive Director at Behringer-Crawford. The museum opened, actually the City of Covington started the museum in 1950. And it was due to the fact that the DeVue family had already donated their home and the estate that makes up today DeVue Park to the City of Covington, and they had asked specifically for their home to become either an art museum or a library. And it wasn't until later in the 40s when this all started coming about. And that was due in large part to William Behringer, who traveled all over the world, collected things wherever he went, and he amassed a huge collection in his home. And Mr. Crawford knew of Mr. Behringer. They were friends, and when Mr. Behringer had passed away, Ellis Crawford worked with the City of Covington to be able to have Behringer's collections and put them into the DeVue family home, which started the William Behringer Memorial Museum. And it was years later, and Mr. Crawford was here for 20 years. He's an archaeologist. And after he retired, the city named the museum the Behringer-Crawford Museum. Well, it existed for a few more years, and then the city closed it down due to lack of funds, lack of interest in the park in general, and with the museum. But a group of citizens formed and created a board of trustees and began operating the museum independent from the City of Covington. So we've been operating that way since 1979. Now, we took the information that Mr. Crawford had and also the items that Mr. Behringer had and focused it in more onto a local theme. So Ellis Crawford had started that through his archaeological excavations, but the Board of Trustees took it even further. So today we represent all of Northern Kentucky, and we focus in on natural history and cultural history as well as the arts. Well, we're unique because it is all about Northern Kentucky. So there are other museums that might hold Northern Kentucky collections, like the Cincinnati Museum Center or the Kentucky Historical Society, but when you come to Behringer-Crawford, you get totally immersed into Northern Kentucky history. I think another unique aspect here is that we're themed in a transportation theme, but it's through the lens of transportation. So it's Northern Kentucky history, but seen through the lens of transportation. So each gallery or each floor level has different aspects, such as trains, or it has boats and rivers, and it has cars or roads, and it has airlines or the airport, and so runways. And so I think probably the most interesting to families and children and what they seem to like the most are the trains, anything dealing with trains. So we have a permanent train display, our Ray Farragher model city. We also have our holiday toy trains that occur during the winter season and the Christmas season. And those are extremely popular. All of our exhibits, or all the trains exhibits that we have, are hands-on for children in particular. There's buttons to push, and on the holiday toy trains, there's about 30 or 40 of them that activate accessories on the layout. And the Farragher train layout has about 15, and there's a tunnel that the kids crawl in, and they come up in bubbles in the middle of the layout, and I think it gives them a little different aspect of looking at a train layout. There's train tables, there's railroad tracks on the floor, there's a real artifact of our streetcar Kentucky, and it all just blends and ties together, and it offers great fun for families. Behringer-Crawford's a great place for families, for individuals, for people of all ages. And it's great for families and especially for younger children because we're a smaller museum. It's still 4 levels and there's still a lot to see, but it's manageable to do in half a day or less. And it offers the children in particular, almost their first glimpse or their first time at going to a museum. And we like them to have a wonderful interaction with the museum so they'll continue visiting museums and supporting the museums the rest of their lives. But Behringer-Crawford's a great place. We have wonderful programming for all ages, all activities, and every aspect of history is told, and it can be, like I said, through either natural history or cultural history or the arts. And I think having that kind of variety offers a unique space to come in, so you're not just here for one particular subject, you're here for the whole region and spread across our counties.